What's going on, YouTube? Back again. This might be a little bit more of a boring video. This one, we're gonna be stripping the car, getting ready to yank this setup out of here and throw it into another shell. We're gonna be putting another motor in this car. It is for sale and it is already sold. We're gonna put a rebuilt LS in here with ARP hardware and tune it on some boost. And the buyer's gonna be dropping off the money here in about a week or so. So it is time to pull this whole swap. All the turbo stuff, all the suspension stuff has to come out the car, and then we're gonna have to start on the next build. So like I said, this might be kind of a boring video for some people, but some people actually might like it or not. So we're just gonna kind of have to see and just kind of go with it. So I gotta yank the up pipe, then the turbo is always a pain to get to. All these bolts on the top mount manifold. Let's see, all these bolts back there. Pull off the front bumper, and this manifold's from 1320, and if you can see right there, there's a crack in it, and then there's another crack right there. So I contacted them, told them that their manifold cracked on me and they're willing to send me a new one. I just have to ship mine back in, and I only have a couple of days left to do that. So my main goal for tonight is to get the turbo yanked, manifold off, and if I remember, I have to drop the manifold from the bottom because it doesn't fit with the core support. Gotta pop the wastegate off. Yep, this car's been together for months now and it's been doing great. Best kill we got was against a 2015 Corvette Z06, 40-mile-an-hour roll on the highway. We got them on these little 195s too, so that was great. And it was only on a $100 eBay turbo at the time. Right now it's got the famous GT35 82R. But yeah, less talking, more working. Alright, let's get it. I don't know if the time lapse is gonna work, so you guys just might have to kind of work with me a little bit until I get this down. Quick release front bumper. Boom, just like that, bumper's off. Wideband sensor off. Cool thing about V-band stuff, here's my exhaust. Here, let me get a better angle on it. Alright, better angle. V-band clamp. This is why these are so nice. Little impact, and bam. Exhaust off just like that, right off the turbo. When I first started to mess with boost and stuff, I didn't even know about all this cool ass fucking V-band stuff you can use. Exhaust, fucking wastegate clamps, turbo next. At least I can get to some of the nuts. The last two in the back are the gay ones. Oh yeah. You know, if I just had the right tools, it'd be a lot easier, but we in the backyard, this is how we do it for now. One day I'll be a baller and have all the right stuff. There it goes. Now I can finally start twisting it and just go round and round. Probably could even spray some PB blaster or something just to make it a little bit easier. Alright, I'm gonna slide my socket on first, then I'm gonna see if I can make my impact fit. Oh man. Okay, let's try the bottom one. Nope, just gonna have to use a socket. Or a ratchet, I mean. See, if I had one of those little Milwaukee angle impacts, that would work perfect right now. Well, that coupler was never gonna blow off, but now got the coupler off. Gotta get my fitting off, my hose I mean, for my boost solenoid. It's on there pretty good too. Okay, gotta get a flathead. Alright, use my flathead, pry off this hose so my hand doesn't slip and cut it open on like the core support or something, because done that before, not fun. It's amazing how much more tight everything gets after it gets ran down a car. There it goes, broke it loose a little bit, now it should be able to slide off. There it goes. Now, all right, with a little bit of finesse, I was able to pop the feed like how it should have popped in the first place, but all I needed was a little finesse. Oil feed is off. Now I could probably lift the turbo up and try and get the return off. Let's see. All right, with a little bit of finesse, I was able to pop the feed like how it should have popped in the first place, but all I needed was a little finesse. Oil feed is off. Now I could probably lift the turbo up and try and get the return off. Let's see. In case anyone is wondering, there is a K-tune traction bar underneath the car, so I'm just not jacking up on a random spot. There's actually a legit bar underneath I'm jacking up on. So I've always used tire and a block, and they've always done good for me. As you can see, you can shake the car, it's not going nowhere. Jump on it, not doing nothing. So now I can drain the oil, get my oil return off right there, and then I can just pull the turbo straight up, and then I'll be able to pull the manifold off, and then that is my goal for tonight. About to be sneaky with it. Oh, shit. Not too sneaky, I guess. I was hoping that the magnetic nut would have stayed in the socket. Oh, oil's draining now. Then feed, or not feed, return I mean. And then we are pretty much done with getting the turbo off, and then we can take off the wastegate. See if you guys can see how it's kind of set up under here. Tile 44mm wastegate. Now I do have a AN fitting wrench, but this is just cheap eBay fitting down here, so I really don't care about it too much. So I'm just using a crescent wrench, and it's already broke loose. All right, should be ready to pop. Take off this fitting just to be safe and make sure I don't hit nothing. There she is. A little bit better view how the wastegate's set up. So you got the bottom port, top port, all being plumbed into, let's see, plumbed into the boost solenoid. Then I'm just gonna pop off this one little V-band clamp right here. It's a Allen head. And then after I pop off this little V-band clamp right here, the basic 12mm manifold bolts, and the manifold is off, and then I'm calling it a night. Something I always do, get another pry bar on these little V-band clamps and twist it, or tap it with a hammer. Just like that. There goes the wastegate. So me and this motor have had a thing going on to where shit always snaps, like bolts or something, and this time an exhaust stud snapped off inside the head. So now I gotta get a welder and weld it out, but that is just crazy. Me and this motor go way back. You know, I first learned how to build motors with this one, so I don't know, maybe it's just bad luck for me and bolts and this fucking motor, but I mean, it's whatever, no big deal. But let's see if I can get the manifold off without having to take off the traction bar. Try it from the top. Oh yeah, I can get it from the top. There we go. All right, that's gonna wrap up tonight. We got all the turbo stuff pulled off. Here, see if I can get a zoom up of some of the cracks. Anyway, there's a crack right here, crack right here. There's a crack right here, and a crack right there. So send it back to 1320, get a new one, and then here's a car that all that stuff's gonna get swapped into. Shooting for 600 plus, straight tune into a dyno, and gonna take it off Honda and switch over to HTS for a little bit, see how I like it. But yeah, now it's just a basic engine pull now. Besides, I gotta take off all the piping, which intercooler, we just drilled some holes right up here in the top. Then everything else pretty basic, it just comes right off. Yep, that's gonna wrap it up for tonight though. It is late, it's a work night. The weather's finally been nice. It has been raining non-stop, so I haven't been able to get nothing done, but now the sun has been out and it's time to grind again. Let's get these cars up, going, get some cool builds going. All right, we are back again. Gonna continue stripping the car. Probably not gonna film too much because this is all boring stuff now, and I just kind of want this video to be more like going over the motor, seeing what kind of condition it's in after 8,000 miles of constant abuse. It's seen up to 28 pounds of boost. It hit a boost cut about 6 different times in a tuning session. So I just want to kind of see how everything is. I got to redo the rings and stuff. This video is just probably going to be me yanking the swap out, and then I'll do all that on a separate one since it's going to be like a lot of stuff. But one thing I wanted to point out on this is these nice FID injectors. So these top hats have this nice little clip right here. Okay. This nice little top hat. So it just clips right on, and then your OBD1 injector just slides right on. So all you have to do is pop this little tab right here, and then the whole injector clip comes off. And then it's just a lot easier to get to when you can pop the whole thing off. Like, bam. Let's see if I can pick that up. And that just makes the job a little bit easier, so you don't have to stick a flathead, pop them off like that. It just slides on and off just like that. So that's always a nice thing when you're buying nice quality injectors with good top hats, like some IDs, FIDs, FICs. One thing I wanted to point out. Got the pan under the radiator, pop the cap off, get my drain plug popped out. Oh shit. There it goes. Sprayed way past my pan, but there we go. Nice fresh green coolant. Get all that drained. Start taking off the hoses. Alright, only thing we got left now is to take off the shift linkage, mount, oil pressure, gauge, line, and then it is ready to come out. So all that's boring stuff I'll probably pick back up when it's actually getting yanked out, but for now we're good with right there. Alright, I went ahead and got everything else done. Axles got pulled, shift linkage got taken off, harness got taken off. I just left the harness in the car because I'm gonna use that for the other motor. I haven't looked at my book in a while, so I busted out my helms. Kind of old school, but I like it. This book is how I put together my motor. You know, this book's got a lot of good information in it. But yeah, that is the motor. She's out, and we are getting ready to put together another motor to throw in here. Throw it on 11-15 pounds, 11 to 15 pounds, and try and get 2,500 bucks out of this rusted, clapped out car. So let's see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Wrapping it up. Boring video, you know, no one wants to see a motor get pulled, but maybe some people do, who knows. So just getting a little bit more content out there. Summertime's gonna be real busy. We have some big things coming for street tunes. I'm getting ready to turn this into a 600 horsepower street car, if not more. I'm gonna try and max out my turbo GT35 82R. Try and max it out on the current setup. I'm just gonna open up the ring gaps. I contacted Wiseco and they want me to open up my top ring to 22.5 thousandths. So that is the goal after this car sells. That car sells. Need to get a twin disc, 2200cc injectors, Walbro 255 pump, -8 fuel feed line, and shoot for the moon. Maybe try and get a 10-second run in at the track with the street tune. Then after that, we'll take it to the dyno and see what it's making. Got big things happening this summertime, so stay tuned. Backyard Productions. Be tuned.